Hello everyone and welcome to my very first Java Edition video. The Windows 10 version and Java Edition both got put into the same launcher, and so because I owned Windows Edition, I now have access to Java Edition, and so I thought it would be really cool to really get my first playthrough experience and stuff like that. I have done a little bit of Java Edition, but to be honest, I'm going to be relearning everything in this video. I don't plan for this to turn into a whole series. This is just going to be a one-off video, so I have kind of a vision in my head for a nice little house that I want to set up during this episode that I can just it can be used as a way for me to get my grip on what is new in Java Edition and how it differs from Bedrock Edition. Java Edition has such bigger packs of animals. Like, Bedrock Edition would spawn in 2 or 3 of the animal. Like, that's a massive herd of pigs right there that I haven't really seen before. Other than that, though, like, Java Edition feels slightly different. I think partially it's just the way the render distance works, the colors and stuff. But it still feels like Minecraft. It doesn't feel like a super weird or different game. Oh, and the crafting. I completely forgot that the crafting was different. I have to figure out how to craft things. And apparently some of the crafting recipes are different too on Bedrock from Java. Oh, this looks like kind of what I'm imagining. We have more hills on both sides. The river is not too wide. I might have to do some terraforming stuff to make this really work, but I like the forest. I think this is where we'll end up getting set up. Watch this, watch this, watch this animation of when the shovel breaks. You can actually see it break into a bunch of different pieces. Did you see that? That's so cool. I want that in Bedrock Edition. It was some pretty simple landscaping, but it was really needed to be done. I just expanded this more into a hill over here, and then actually lessened that hill over there slightly. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a bridge from over here to over there, and then right about there, there'll be a little house with, I'm thinking, a water wheel in the water. It's not going to be a very large house, but I think I'll actually be able to incorporate 2 floors by having a first floor and then digging into the ground for a second floor, which should have a pretty cool vibe to it. Oh my goodness. Wait, sweeping edge! Oh my goodness, what? Oh my, I have no idea what the Java Edition combat is. Bedrock, you just stunned the pipe! No! No, no. I'm a beast, I'm a beast. Oh, it's over, it's over, it's over. How do I fight? I mean, it could just be my imagination, but I feel like that was a much larger horde of zombies than I would find in Bedrock Edition. And I don't know if that's just spawn rates. There's lots of little differences that, oh, that's why. Found out why there were lots of zombies. I'm definitely not as good building houses as I am building simple little bridges. I just have lots of trouble making the exterior interesting to look at. But I do know that this is going to be the size of it, and I have a plan for the inside. Exteriors of tiny houses are really not my thing. This took a really long time to build, but I think it turned out good. I think even though it took a while, the end product was good. Only problem is now I have to make 4 walls that are just as good. And a roof! Oh my goodness. Oh geez. I just put the axe in the offhand and I'm not sure how exactly. Oh, there it goes. F switches it. I don't know. I knew that there was an offhand. I don't really know what it's for though, like, because right now it's not doing anything. Wait, I want to try something. F. Place, break, place, break. Hey. I don't know how often I'll use this because I'm not accustomed to it at all, but that's cool, I guess. I had some trouble at first, but once I kind of got into a groove, it kind of just came together. And I find it really interesting because it's not super symmetrical, not every wall is the same, but I still feel like the whole thing really works well and feels like it could be a nice home. Obviously there's no roof yet, and I'm getting to that, but I'm kind of still debating what I want the roof to be. I'm kind of considering a deep slate brick, which I think would look really cool, but that's also a lot of clay to gather, and if I build it and it doesn't turn out well, I'm a little hesitant to start working on that. I've been looking at this thing for a couple minutes, and I can't tell if it works. Like, I like it to some extent, but I'm wondering if spruce wood might be better, maybe oak wood replacing the bricks. Maybe I'll grow to like it. I think I'll leave it for now, and let's build the water wheel. Let's complete this whole thing. This water wheel is definitely going to be the hardest part. There's barely any, good ideas or water wheels I can find online. So, this is kind of the size I was imagining, and most ones online are much bigger. So, to figure out something that's going to work with this build, I think is just going to require a lot of trial and error. And after a final couple of touch-ups, our work here is done. I think it's turned out super well. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about the brick roof, but I think it works, and so I'm just gonna leave it. The water wheel took a lot of time to really get right, but I think I'm happy, with how this came along. You can see there's water coming out where it's picked it up, and the lore behind this little area is it's generating electricity for this house. The house has a nice basement, stone walls, kind of makes it much more of like a cavey natural feel, and then there's a tiny little balcony with the upstairs right here that leads out to the nice bridge that leads off in a path in both directions to wherever that's going. It's also very easy to use a boat through the bridge, so that's another mode of transportation to go in both directions that way. I had a lot of fun making this. It was definitely just a side project, but it was cool to get to experience Java Edition in this kind of unique way. The main two differences I noticed were the crafting and the combat. I was genuinely surprised at how many of the crafting recipes I knew, just off the top of my head. Honestly, I don't know if I had to look up a single crafting recipe. I wasn't doing super crazy recipes, but, everything I remembered, and the orientation and everything like that. The combat was obviously, took some getting used to, but I really liked how it was pretty clear. Like, it showed you the little sword icon all the way filled up, whenever you were ready to attack, so you kind of were able to quickly identify if your sword was charged up all the way. Hiya! And the only other thing I might add is Bedrock Edition has this really convenient feature that allows you to place blocks in front of you. I found myself doing that so many times and needed to remember that I need to crouch and place on the edge of the block. So that was a super nice feature that Bedrock has that they should honestly really bring to Java Edition. But I'm super happy with how this turned out. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope maybe you found something out new about Java Edition or even Bedrock Edition. I have a great rest of your day. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you all later. Adios!